The following is a presentation of Muddy River Sports.
Welcome to another episode of Schuck on a Truck, brought to you by Shottenkirk Toyota. I'm Muddy River Sports editor Matt Schuckman, and as you can see, we're not on the tailgate today for a very good reason, because I'm in God's country, according to Quincy University football coach Jason Kilday.
Yeah.
We're in Winchester today, hanging out with Colin Bigley, Winchester West Central assistant baseball coach. Thanks for taking time to do this.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me.
It's good to see you. I know you've been through a lot, and we'll get into all that here in a minute, but it's good to see you out and about.
Yeah, it's great to be out and about.
I bet.
Just to be mobile like the last month or so has been incredible. So,
well, as I told you when I got here, I saw your video on Facebook of you playing catch with your son Jacoby.
Yeah.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it was awesome. We were just kind of screwing around on Saturday. We were getting ready to head over to my mom's in Rushville, which that was the first time I'd been back home there in over a year. So we were just screwing around, seeing if I could do it, and we did it for a little bit, and we'll get to the point to where we're actually standing up and have a glove and everything here in a little bit, hopefully.
Even saw that you'd get a little bit of a vertical jump back.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's no different. You remember covering me in basketball in high school. I didn't have one then, so it was about the same.
How nice was it, though, to get back to Rushville and just see family?
It was great. We went to my sister's oldest boy's game, my nephew Caden, so that was kind of the first time we got to see him play. He's a Brown County kid, so we cut him a little slack right now, but we won't be nice to him later. But and then when I got over there, I got to see a lot of people. I saw Scott Bickerman when I was there. Ran into Hoots, because all the Brown County guys were there, and so always get to see those guys, and they stop and give me a few kind words, and say the same thing they're seeing the video. So it's
probably gave you a little grief too, just because you're still over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I don't expect anything less.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's one of the reasons we're doing this is, as he and I talked before, as we were setting this up, we've both been through some health issues. Mm-hmm. Mine a little different than yours.
Sure.
But we're going back almost a year now since you.
Yeah, I mean,
started
it was,
with this.
We actually moved over here on August 1st, and then went through junior high baseball season, got done with that, kind of middle of September, and everything was normal as could be, and we started the Barry Basketball League with my son, and I'd gone to the first week of it, and then that next week, I noticed I was going for a walk with my dog, and noticed that my feet were kind of numb and starting to drag a little bit. And then the next day he played at Barry, and I didn't even go. And by the time his game started, I had lost feeling all the way up to my waist. Oh, wow. My wife took me to the hospital, and probably less than a day later, I was on a ventilator.
Right.
And was paralyzed all the way up to my neck. So, it's been a crazy trip. GBS is what I have.
Guillain-Barre Syndrome, is that how they pronounce it?
Yeah, Guillain-Barre, I don't know. We've heard it pronounced a million different ways. I don't think anybody really knows because it's so uncommon.
Right.
But basically what it is it's really similar to multiple sclerosis, MS, where it attacks the brain and the spinal cord. In GBS, it attacks the peripheral nerves. Okay. So basically, what my understanding is there's a little sheathing on your nerves that connects to your muscles called myelin.
Yep.
And that myelin was basically my body attacked itself, ate the myelin. Oh, wow. And so basically I've just been waiting, along with doing a lot of physical rehab, just waiting for that sheathing to heal itself, come back. And slowly but surely it works its way back down. When I left the hospital, I had some movement in my arms, not a whole lot. Didn't have a whole lot of strength, and then as we progressed along, started getting movement back in the legs. In the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, it's all the way back down into the toes again, so I have full feeling again, and so now it's just continue on with the physical rehab and try to get stronger. So
did they have any clue
No, I ended up having a lumbar puncture in order for them to even tell that I had GBS. We had no idea what it was. My wife, who's a CNA, she's been incredible. Luckily, that's what she does.
Right.
She's been able to take care of me the entire time, including in the hospital for the 45 days I was there. She took care of me way better than, a hospital staff. Like, God love them, but they can't show attention to everybody, the way that my wife was able towards me. So, it's been a long, crazy ride, like, for sure. The community here, like us just moving here, and then what they've done for us. This place, CVS, has had a fundraiser for us in March, along with the Littig family, who Braley, not much longer after I found out I had GBS, they found out she had leukemia.
Right.
And so, the community's been hit hard, but man, they rally around each other.
That's what small communities do.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great to be here. We're happy to be here.
And we're recording this kind of inside the facility here, Central Valley Sports, outside of Winchester.
Yeah, so this is kind of a group of families in our community kind of got together and built this facility. We use it for our high school team in the spring, and obviously you can see the place Schuck. What high school facilities can you find that has something like this?
There's nothing like this. This is awesome.
Yeah, and then our the Blue Cats program that Justin Fuller started 3 years ago, and I kind of helped him with it along the way. We had 4 groups this year, so all winter long, we got our 4 groups in here. They're getting their work in. And then Sam Coonrod comes over and does instructions on Wednesdays.
He knows a little bit about
Yeah,
the
he knows a
game.
little bit. Yeah. But so it's funny, the group of guys that come and work here and everything and show up for the community, even though a lot of them now, their kids are getting older and maybe they're graduating now. They're still out here, among the younger kids. It's really cool thing to see. So
having gone through everything you've gone through over the last year, does it make you appreciate the game more? I know how much you loved it to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can ask my wife. The only thing I talked about in the hospital was baseball and how I had to get back by March. That was my goal. And we were told in the hospital that, there was a good chance I'd be walking by March, and it just didn't happen. And so I was able, thanks to my wife, to be able to get to at least the home games this year. And because obviously we can accommodate for a wheelchair. I wasn't in the wheelchair, but we could bring it in the dugout, and they maneuvered around me. And when you go somewhere else, you just don't know what you're getting. So we kind of stayed away from the away games until we were lucky enough to have the regional here.
Correct.
And then we beat Rushville, which was my hometown, which hasn't won a regional in I don't even know how long, because they never won one when my dad was there. And so that was kind of bittersweet, beating them. And then luckily enough, the sectional was an IC. We knew what we were getting into there.
You were able to go there too.
And we were able to go there. So it's made me appreciate the game. Anybody around me will probably tell me that I haven't shut up any less. If you ask Freddie or Doug or one of them, I probably didn't learn to keep my mouth shut anymore. But
that's okay though.
Yeah, I hope I've gotten a little softer. At least towards.
We'll see.
Yeah, at least towards the little things that kids make mistakes on. This summer I kind of felt myself not over managing it too much with the little guys and just letting them play.
It changes your perspective a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And then obviously, the only thing I really cared about in the hospital was surviving and being able to continue to see my son grow up.
Right.
And so it got scary there for a while. I lost like 60 pounds the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like I'm in the process of trying to put weight back on. I put about.
I'll give you some.
Yeah, I mean
I'm losing,
it's
so what I
funny.
lose can go back to
It's
you.
funny, you know, like everybody in the hospital said that too, and I was like, I'll take it. Like, go ahead, suck it out, put it in me, whatever. So, but yeah, so that's been a process trying to get weight back on. But slowly but surely, like I said, everything's kind of coming back and getting back normal. And I'm hoping that, you know, August 15th or whatever our first game is, that I'll be able to coach first base, you know, that I'll be able to stand up long enough. So that's kind of the goal with therapy and stuff over the next month. I kind of got it cut down to where I'm only going once a week. So that's good.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
That's cool. This is Schuck on a Truck, brought to you by Shottenkirk Toyota. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, hanging out in Winchester with Colin Bigley, the Winchester West Central assistant baseball coach, junior high coach. Played baseball his life, coached at a bunch of schools.
Yep.
You've just been around the game.
I have.
All your
been
life.
around. Yeah, I've been around.
Dad
a
coached.
lot. Dad coached. Yeah, I grew up around the game. Yeah, and then I, coached the 1 year at Rushville, which was just kind of a random thing. They didn't have a coach, and then it just didn't work out for me job-wise to be able to stay there, even though I would have loved to. Like that was probably my dream job. So. And then, and then coming back a couple years at Pittsfield, a couple years ago, helping Jared, who I've known, since he was a little boy at Rushville, because his brother was in my grade. So, and then that kind of sparked, I'd umpired for 18 or 20 years. And so that kind of sparked getting back on the coaching side of it again. Good. And then when the opportunity came over here, to jump over here with Fuller and Coach DeWitt, I couldn't pass it up. Jacoby was playing with their kids already, so it's just been a good fit.
And good guys to be in the dugout with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think you probably find a Class A school that has a better coaching staff. I mean, when you got Fuller in there as an college guy, and then Coach DeWitt's coach college guys in the summertime, so we've all been around the game. Egos don't get involved, it's just kind of like we all kind of go do our own things. Nobody ever really steps on anybody else's feet, so
I've sat next to your dugout. I like to listen to the baseball chatter.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like a lot. Hopefully that's what our kids love the most too. We always have a good time. Obviously when we're losing, we don't. We have that rule. You don't get to have fun when you're losing. But when we're winning, which we've done a lot the last 2 years, you can have fun. And you're not going to get better dugout talk probably than out of Coach Fuller and Coach DeWitt, either one. So
long term, do you expect to get full strength back, or how does this work? Or do you have any idea?
I went to the neurologist at the 6 month mark, so that would have been about 3 months ago. Okay. They seemed to think that everything was progressing well, that I wasn't relapsing at all.
Good.
So that I would come to a full recovery. They say that most people at about a year's date are at a year, that it is they're 80% to 100% of their old selves. Okay. So good. I would say right now I'm probably at about 60. Okay. I'm starting to get to where I can walk on my own a little bit, and bounce back and forth across the house on things, But, I'm hoping to make a full recovery. Some people don't. Awesome. Some people have, what's called CIDP, which is basically Guillain-Barre reoccurring. Okay. So, they'll go 8 years and then it comes back. So, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Nowhere to knock on wood. On wood.
That this is our one and only experience going through it. So,
now I'm gonna ask you one question. Might get emotional. So hope you're okay with that.
Yeah.
How much of a saint is your wife?
My wife's amazing. And to tell you the truth, I probably didn't know that much until this year. Don't get me wrong. I've always known. We've been together for 14 years, so I see what she does for her job. I see the care that she gives into the residents at the nursing home that she works at. So I always knew that she had that in her. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, like I said, like she literally carried me around and put me on a bucket all spring and all summer. So like, to have a partner that'll do that for you, like, I mean, I think that's what we all want in life. So yeah, I wouldn't trade her for anything.
Since we're baseball guys, I'm going to use a football term though. Did you outkick your punt coverage?
Oh yeah, always. I always did that. But no, she's great, and Jacoby's helped a lot, especially since we've been home. She's gone back to work on Mondays, where it's, you know, like she's there the full day. So like we're to the point to where, you know, I'm at home alone and he's there with me and he helps out a lot.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, things are starting to get back to normal a little bit.
Good.
So yeah.
Good. We got one problem though. You can't see him because he's off camera, but he's got a Cubs hat on.
He does. Yeah. He's a flip-flopper. You got to watch out for him.
Okay.
I think I kind of have a philosophy that kids these days, like, they don't really like teams that much. They like players more.
I think that's true.
So, yeah, he gets into players, and I think he's into PCA a little bit right now.
I don't blame him. PCA is pretty darn good.
Which he's left-handed, and he's a center fielder. So I said, if that's what you're going to be, PCA is a good one to pick. So
there's a guy from Quincy, or played at Quincy University, that's in the Cubs organization, Riley Martin.
Yeah.
I made a promise to him when he got drafted by the Cubs. I will buy my first Cubs hat ever when he gets called up.
Nice.
So he's at AAA right now, and he's
getting
killing
pretty
it.
close.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I might have to wear a Cubs hat one of these days. That's gonna be rough.
It's all right. He made me put a Cardinals hat on a couple years ago when we went down to a game.
Okay.
Pujols hit us like, what was it? 695, I think. It was, you know, getting close to getting up to 700. So we do what we do for the people we love.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. 45 days in the hospital. I was in the hospital for 5 days in April.
Yeah.
And I know how stir crazy I got. How stir crazy were you?
Well, I was outrageously stir crazy because I'm telling you, like, the first 13 days I had a trach in my throat, and I've never been quiet for 13 minutes of my life, let alone 13 days. So, like, you can ask my wife, the moment they pulled that thing out, I was trying to talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I had that to go through. And then on top of that, those first 2 weeks, like, I don't remember a whole lot of them because I don't know if it was the medication I was on, the trauma, whatever. So the first night I really remember waking up was about the 14th or 15th day. And I just remember waking up in the middle of the night and my arms were under the blankets and I couldn't move anything. Oh, man. And so, like, that was really the first night that I understood, like, what was happening. It hit me, and my mom happened to be there that night with me. And you could ask her. I was telling her I was going to stand up out of bed and walk down to the car, or get in a wheelchair or something and get in the car and go home. Like, I'd had enough at that point.
Yeah.
So then, once I got to the, I think what they call it, like the inpatient rehab, intense rehab, or whatever they have there at Memorial. I spent, I don't know, I think 5 weeks there? And, I was ready to break loose, like, the whole time. You know, the rehab part was probably my favorite part of the day just because it gave me something to do.
Sure, yeah, I can see that.
I've literally watched anything that you could possibly watch on TV. You know, like,
you were in the hospital at the worst time of year because there's no baseball on.
Yeah, and the football I'm a Bears fan, and, you know, it was awful. I remember the first time, like, I really turned the game on and remembered it was the Washington game where, you know, they let them throw the Hail Mary, and, like, if I could have chucked the remote across the room, I would have. So, like, I don't even remember really. Dalton Hutton came up one time on a Sunday, and me and him sat there and watched the entire Bears game, and that was about the only time I really remember. Like, I watched some Illini basketball a little bit, but yeah, it kind of got to the point where I didn't even want the TV on anymore. You know, like, it just like you're just like, I'm done with this. I think they wanted to keep me longer at the rehab, but, like, I told them, I ended up getting out a day early because I threw such a fit that, like, I was like, you guys got to let me out of here. But, I just wanted to get back home. I got, we had 3 dogs, and it was rough. My wife was driving back and forth from Springfield to Winchester. He was in school, trying to get him to school, trying to take care of the dogs. She was making multiple trips. And then on top of it, like, my dogs are like my kids, so like I wanted, I wanted to see them.
They're part of the family.
Yeah, absolutely. So getting back home was a big deal, and anytime you spend multiple days in the hospital, it's not a good thing, right? No. So you're just looking for something good at that point in time.
Now you don't have to worry about that anymore.
No.
You're looking good.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
I think it's, I love seeing your comeback. I love watching the videos on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for you. And I can't wait to see you when you're fully back.
I appreciate it, man. I hope you're getting better too.
I am. So, making progress.
Good.
That's amazing. You know how that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
Jacoby, thanks for letting him do it.
You're welcome.
For Colin Bigley, I'm Matt Schuckman. This has been another episode of Schuck on a Truck, brought to you by Shottenkirk Toyota.
Muddy River Sports. Our home, our sports.